Oh, a cute kitty.
Hello, everybody. We're here today in the Festival of Bast, celebrating her, honoring her, and with the Red Tent Goddess Sisters. I'm so happy that we're united and that we're able to do this. So to begin, we are going to open sacred space so that we can be in a space that is sacred. We'll give you a couple of minutes if you need to go get a candle, or if you want to offer her water, honey, maybe some perfume or a flower, an offering to her for tonight, and to go ahead and turn on your candle.
So color candle, for Bast, you can use black, you can use gold, or you could just use white. White is fine. White is
And
the
red.
universal. You could read red. Thank you. Red.
And
Red is also a
turquoise.
good one. Turquoise as well.
And gold.
Yeah, and gold, right? Gold,
You want to hear
turquoise.
something funny?
red.
So yes, yesterday I lit a candle to Bast, and I lit a pink one and it turned off. So I'm like, okay, I don't think she likes this color. So guess what candle she accepted? The blue one, the turquoise one. So
Oh, there you
She
go.
likes turquoise.
interesting.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Today's PowerPoint is all turquoise because that's her color.
Because that's her color. Yeah. But turquoise is not usually a color people have all the time. So you could just use white also. Oh my
You were
God.
told to wear all pink. Oh.
Mama Deborah, you've got a lot of interesting colors. Oh, that you were told to wear pink? Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
Mel,
so
yes.
so the headset is pink, the shirt is pink and gray, like all the pink things. Like that's
Well, gray is her color.
Yeah.
And pink is love. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
maybe
Connie.
maybe it's just for Ali that
Yeah,
she didn't want
Ali, it
pink.
could that's I was just gonna say it could have been like a personal thing that she wanted you to use turquoise. Sometimes it's like that, ladies.
Hello?
The
Just a
goddesses
second.
are
Just a second.
We hear you, Connie.
yeah, because
Yeah,
pink is
she's
very
me.
much not my color.
Color.
It's really
So,
funny. It's
that's
really
why I was
funny.
like, okay, all
It's
right,
really
all the things.
it's funny you say that because I kept looking at you, Mel, and I was like, there's something different about Mel, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And
Yeah, I
it's
have
all
color.
it's all the pink.
I have
Me
something
black
that
all the
isn't
time.
black.
That's
Black.
what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I was like,
like
yeah,
it's I'm very colorful today.
yes,
Even
you are.
my shirt underneath is gray.
Well, there
That
you
is
go.
so funny.
But apparently I
That is
wasn't
You're
so
honoring
supposed
her.
to. No black today, except for
No.
apparently my glasses.
Listen,
Even
And
my
she-
shorts are pink. Like
And I'm
they're
the one wearing all black.
No,
Yeah.
you're not the only one. That Mama Deborah and Ace and Wolf are wearing black.
I'm wearing black. Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't think of wearing colors that she liked.
yeah,
But
no,
I'm wearing
Yeah.
the ears.
very distinct message to like all the pink. Like I said, even like my shorts are pink. Everything
You-
is like pink.
You
And,
know
like-
what, Mel? Listen in, because maybe there's a reason why she's asking you to wear pink.
I think I know. She wants you to stretch.
I have no pink.
It could be like a thing that she's communicating with you for a reason, for something specific. It happens. I get
Pink
lots
is
of crazy
love.
messages.
And it's compassion. So that
Yeah.
has something to do with maybe something she wants you to do.
Mm,
Yeah.
I get some crazy messages from Bridget sometimes that are like,
There. Does that work?
Yes. that works.
I made when the baby turned 4 and Grandpa made her a cradle. She wanted a rocking cradle, so ta-da, and then I painted it, right? And then I made a pilly, and blanket and quilt for her dollies.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
It is so cute. I want one here. I want to play with one.
So
That
cute.
is so adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, are we ready?
It's a little
No.
fox.
Connie,
Hold on.
we're about to open sacred space, and if you have a
Wait,
candle that
one.
you want
I
to
have, like,
light, or if you
2
want to
more
put some
seconds of
water,
panic.
just in
So
case.
I looked over just now. I kid you not. So I have a deck that I'm doing like the breakdown of the cards. It's a Colette Baron Reed deck, of course.
Nice.
And I kid you not, it says exchanging gifts. There's a cat and it's all pink.
Oh my
What?
God.
That's the
Wow.
card that I'm on right now that I'm like in the course learning about. And there's a cat
Wow.
and it's all pink.
You see what I mean? Like it's a personal
Okay,
message to you.
I'm
There you
listening.
go.
I'm listening.
There you go. It's a personal message. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Bast
Okay, my
is
loves.
communicating. All right, ladies, you ready? Take it away, Lumira.
Okay.
Yes.
Facing the east, we're going to bring in the element of air. We're asking east, we're asking air to bring in healing, to bring in the breathing that gives us life. And any healing you can bring to this circle to every woman here. Oh. Facing the south, we bring in the element of fire, protection, desire, passion. For this circle, we ask for the protection over us, under us, and around us. We thank you, fire. And facing the west, we bring in the element of water, water ever flowing, bringing us communication, influence, perseverance. We thank you, water. Facing the north, we bring in the element of earth, earth who is grounding us, reminding us that we are human in this life form, here in this planet, bringing in our ancestors to the circle to help us to learn and guide us. In the center, we bring Bast, Goddess Bast. I'm gonna bring up a prayer I have for her. Okay. Okay. Bast. Beloved Bastet, mistress of happiness and bounty, twin of the sun god, stay the evil that afflicts our minds as you slay the serpent Apep. With your graceful stealth, anticipate the moves of all who perpetrate cruelties and stay their hands against the children of light. Grant us the joy of song and dance, and ever watch over us in the lonely places in which we must walk. Aho. Thank you for being here. Now the circle is now open. Aislinn, do you want me to
Yes.
put on
So,
the, okay.
yes. So we have a little PowerPoint just to get a little more familiar with Bast. Bast is a pretty special goddess. No problem, Mel. Take your time. So, who is Bast? Bast is a beautiful Egyptian goddess, goddess of many things, including motherhood, perfume, love, beauty, sexuality, joy, dance. She has many, 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 many facets. She is the cat-headed Egyptian deity. She was considered one of the most powerful gods of the
Oops.
land. It's okay. Goddess of protection and pleasure, Oh, I like that picture. That's a beautiful picture, but she is goddess of protection and pleasure. So she
Notice how
was,
many cats she has around her. I mean, that is
yes,
definitely protection.
yes, yes. Protector of the pharaohs, protects the home from evil spirits and disease, especially diseases associated with women and children. I personally love that picture of Bast.
Me
Very
too.
beautiful. That's
Constellations.
that's from a famous artist. Her name is Anne Boulay. Um, Originally a fierce lioness, warrior sun goddess, and later she was changed into the cat goddess that is familiar today, becoming Bastet. She is the daughter of Ra and Isis, and the consort of Ta, with whom she had a son, Ma'is. She is the goddess of women's secrets, childbirth, and fertility. Goddess of motherhood, home, and domesticity. Goddess of celebration and joy. Her sacred instrument is the sistrum, an ancient percussion instrument. It symbolizes Bast's role as goddess of music and the arts. Her sacred animal is the cat. To hurt a cat is considered a crime against Bast. Her sacred colors are yellow or gold, gray or black, turquoise, and red. Her sacred gems are the cat's eye, the pyrite, sunstone, and jasper. And of course, her sacred symbol is the eye of Ra. Some sacred scents and perfumes are musk, cinnamon, frankincense, myrrh, and sandalwood. Sacred plants are mint, catnip, and hemp. Her festival is today, April 15th, and her celebration of her birthday is December 25th, and the day of the week is Saturday. That's
And
a
that
day
is
that's sacred to her, which today is Saturday. So, sacred day of the week and sacred festival. Melanie made a comment about cinnamon. You want to tell us a little bit about that? What have you heard about cinnamon?
Oh, it's so I was doing a little bit of research before this. I had spoken to you kind of about it, and I had seen some things, but I didn't see cinnamon on any of the lists, but I kept getting add cinnamon, add cinnamon, add cinnamon. I'm like, all right, I'm adding cinnamon. So now I get it.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. So maybe Bast, Melanie, is a goddess that is stepping forward for you in in an interesting way. I mean, you do own cats, you know? So show of hands here. Who owns a cat in this group?
she's got 6. Connie's got 6. I got 1.
Connie's got 6. Okay, cat mama. And
I can't have pets, but I have had many, almost always in my life, had cats, at least of 2.
Mel has 2, and Ali has 1, and Connie has 6, and
Claudia
Lumira has
Pachetti has
1,
1.
and Claudia Pachetti has 1. The only one that doesn't, neither does Deborah. So us two, we do not have cats.
And Kimberly?
Kim, do you have cats? I don't think Kim has
No.
cats. No, no. Okay. So, well, we've got some cat mamas here, and as you know, where there's a cat, Bastet seems to come. So that's interesting. All right, ladies. So we know now we learned a little bit about Bast. As you know, Bast is a pretty special goddess. She's a goddess of protection. So if you are in need of protection, it is always good to do a ritual of connection to Bast. one of the things that I would strongly recommend, and putting offerings on an altar is, of course, always a good idea. You always want to do that. Bast also likes honey. Most goddesses like honey. And she, being a goddess of love, beauty, and motherhood, sexuality, she's very connected to honey. Okay, so honey is a good offering. Milk is a good offering. If you follow the, thinking of cat, milk, honey, like those are always good offerings to give to Bast. Believe it or not, a glass of wine, especially red wine, is also a good offering for Bast. Okay, and all kinds of essential oils and perfumes. Perfumed candles, flowers are also very special, crystals, and water. Now, another thing I want to add, if you want to do a special ritual of connection to Bast, this is something that I would recommend. Not only put any of these items on your altar to her, but you could also pour them outside. And so what you do is you take whatever, for example, if you're going to use honey and milk, you can take a pitcher or a glass, fill it with a little milk, a little water, and some honey, and turn it into a devotional item that you are going to offer to her. And then you can gently pour it outside in nature as you connect to the goddess and you ask her for protection or anything else you want to connect to her for. You could do the same with a glass of wine. So this is called libation, and it's a way of honoring the goddess and connecting to her in a very specific way. Or, of course, you're always free to just go ahead and put it on your altar. But when you're doing it in ritual or in a form of prayer or connection, it's always good to try this method of libation, where you are pouring it into the earth specifically for her. So this is a thought or an idea that I wanted to share, something that you can do. This is done for a lot of goddesses, but since today we're honoring Bast, I'm focusing on what you can do specifically for Bast. You could also pour a little bit of perfume or cologne eau de toilette, maybe an essential oil that's perfumed, and pour a little bit of that as well. Incense is always recommended if you're able to tolerate incense, especially resin incense, like in other words, cinnamon, frankincense, myrrh. Any of the resins are very sacred to her. And just love, if you have a cat, loving your cat is a beautiful way of connecting. That's okay, Mama Deborah. I'm in the same boat as you. I have a virtual cat, the cat of my heart, because I don't own a pet. So I know the feelings. I can't have pets right now either. So I hear you. So at this point, I think it would be beautiful to honor Bast by saying a few words. If anybody wants to share, this would be a great time. If you want to share about your relationship to Bast, if you have one, your curiosity about Bast, if you've ever had a dream or an experience, this would be a great time. Great way to honor the goddess is to talk about how amazing she is. So I look at you, Ali, because I know you have the strongest relationship here in this group. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about your experience and how you met her and what she means to you.
Sure. I didn't want to just jump be the first one, but since you offered.
I did.
So I never really knew much about Bast, but ever since I was a little girl, I used to have a black cat as a spirit guide. I always had like black cats cross my path as well. And a couple, let's say 3 months ago to the day, actually January 13th, the last ceremony that I went to with Claudia and Adam, as I was going to the ceremony, a black cat crossed in front of my car, crossed my path again. And during that ceremony, Bast came to me, and she claimed me, asked if I would be her, or claimed me as her priestess, more like it. She's like, not really asked me, she just said, you're mine, you're mine, pretty much. And it just made sense. I said, yes, I accept, I will be a priestess. As all of you know, I took the priestess course last year with Lisette and Marlou. And at the time, I didn't know who I was going to be a priestess of. And until 3 months ago, I finally, the priestess finally came, the goddess finally came, a goddess finally came forth, and it just felt right. And it makes sense, because she's the goddess of women and children, and I'm all about empowering women and children in the sense of, making sure that they feel loved. I used to be an infant toddler teacher, and I'm very passionate about how we raise children and babies, especially after working as a infant teacher. And yes, she's come to me a few times in meditation, and I've tried to do as much research and learn as much as I can about her. February 5th was, I believe, Bast Day. I think it was Bast Day, right, Lisa? It's not the
February 5th.
it's just Bast Day, the day, and so I decided to connect with her. And in that meditation, she anointed me and blessed me with oil. Back in the ancient times, that's how they blessed the certain chosen people. And she also told me that she was going to gift me a black cat with white paws. And a black cat with white paws was going to be presented to me to adopt. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. I don't know where she is right now. She's somewhere in the room. And she's just a joy. She's a little kitty. She's only 2 months old. Apparently, she was being born around the time that I got this meditation, because she's only not like, she's 8-9 weeks old. And this was about 2 months ago also that I got this meditation. So that was, it was very beautiful to be able to see a vision come to life, because, I have had a lot of visions and downloads, and I haven't seen any of them happen. And yeah, so it's nice. Every time I see her, it's a reminder that, to believe in myself. And today I had a really rough day emotionally. And while I was laying in bed, her name is Cleo. Emily chose the name Cleo after the last queen of Egypt, Cleopatra. And while I was lying down, she came over to me, Cleo, and she started purring, and she started licking my hand. And, she seems to like to nuzzle my hands. And it felt like Bast was comforting me. It wasn't, I know that Bast sent her to me to comfort me. So that was beautiful. I just wanted to share that. So it's been a beautiful experience. It's the last 3 months getting to know her. And so I decided that I want to take my vow as her priestess on which is a day of Bast, which is, I don't know if it was on the list, but October 31st is also a Bast day. It's a day of Bast, Ra, and Sekhmet. And so I decided that I'll be ready by then. And Bast agrees that to take my vow as her priestess on that day. So yeah, the day after my birthday. I was not supposed to be born October 30th. I was supposed to be born in December. I'm a 7-month-old baby. I'm a preemie, believe it or not. But nothing is by accident. So yeah, so I I see, how everything, knowing that I had a black cat as a spirit guide, it kind of feels like she's been guiding me my whole life, and she's also a goddess of dance, which is what I'm very passionate about, dance, especially belly dancing, when I discovered it. And I'm still working on my certification, it's just been so busy, and I wish to empower women, reconnecting with their bodies. And yeah, so I'm excited. So that's how my experience with Bast, especially the last 3 months. Yeah.
Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Does anybody else have an experience with Bast that you want to share? Yeah, that's awesome, Mel, for real. That's awesome.
Thank you,
Yep,
Ali.
I agree. I agree with Mel. Thanks for sharing. That's awesome.
All I want to say is that when I got my cat, my mentor said that Bast had sent her to me. And I thought that it was Freya because I had had some connection with Freya in the past and never really with Bast. But she told me that. So I was like, okay, I need to explore this. Yeah, that's all.
Very awesome. Yeah, because you know that there are several goddesses connected to cats, and Freya is one of them. But and Bast is also. So really, it depends on the energy and how you feel. And go ahead, Kimberly.
You can finish what you were saying.
No, I was just gonna say this particular group, us here at the Red Tent, a lot of us connect strongly to Egyptian goddesses, so I'm not really surprised that this happens. There's a lot of Egypt and Hindu connections, right? A lot of us connect to Hindu and Egyptian goddesses. Not that there isn't some of us that connect to Freya and to other goddesses. There's we have a lot of variety, but there is a trend, right? There is the Egyptian and Hindu goddesses seem to smile on us quite often, so not surprising. Go ahead, Kim.
Just my connection is that like I didn't even know this was happening tonight, and I was like on the beach after work and getting some grounding and some sunshine in, and then I saw it pop up, and I was, I'm pretty connected. Usually I see the things happening, so just the fact that I kind of showed up and was like, and then it came into my field when I didn't know or was planning for it. So that feels like a connection to me. And I don't know anything about Bast. And my ex had a cat, and I lived with a cat for like 8 months this year, or in the past year. So that's what I got.
That's pretty awesome. Well, you get to explore this beautiful goddess, Kim. And you're all about empowerment and tantra and love and passion, and that's all Bast.
Can I just say something about Kim? Every time I'm around you, I feel like you're like a playful kitten.
Interesting observation. There you go.
So I feel I just, because you're so playful, you're so sensual, and you have that vibe. So I'm not surprised that you are here.
Yep.
Oh, and can I just share that at the full moon, I gave myself a goddess name. I think there's supposed to be a ritual. I don't really know, but no one ever told me about it. And I've been in the Red Tent for like over a year now. And it just like came to me, and I was like, I am the goddess of pleasure and play. So I just want to share that with you guys because I dubbed myself, and whatever is supposed to happen next, I don't know, put it on a spreadsheet or something, but
There you go. There you go. And guess what? Pleasure and play is what Bast is all about. So yeah, I could see that. I could see that. And Claudia, you wanted to add something?
Yes. I agree about the connection with the Egyptian pantheon, as you know, and our kitty love was a gift of Bast. Remember we did that Akashic reading? And I
Yes,
asked,
that's
we
right.
asked about love, and she said it was a gift from the Goddess Bast. So very
That's right.
present. I feel her very much. And I'm excited to learn more. You know, I do feel a connection. She was present on Thursday, and Ali, I wanted to tell you that I was wearing the rings that you gave me on Thursday, the little Bast earrings. So thank you. Yes, thank you for doing this today. It's been it's beautiful, beautiful to be here right before we're about to go into ceremony.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. That's right. That's right. Your cat was a gift from Bass. I remember now. That's right. I tend to, Claudia, I'm so used to your connection with Sekhmet that like I automatically when I see you, I think Sekhmet, like it's just like an automatic thing, right? But in reality, Sekhmet and Bast are very connected as well. So there's a strong connection between Bast and Sekhmet,
Exactly. Yep,
right?
exactly. And Bast is like the softer side, the moon side. So, and that's also important for me, right? So it's a balance. So I really feel that flow of the two of them in my
Right.
life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could see that. I could totally see that. It makes a lot of sense.
The polarity that we talk about in the red tent.
Right. 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 The sun and the moon, right? I agree. I agree. There's that beautiful polarity.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It's what I mentioned on the priestess class. You know, every time I
That's right.
Bast, I see her as like the contrast between the sun and the moon, the masculine and feminine between Bast and Sekhmet. So like I have both of them on my altar next to each other. So even though like I'm priestess of Bast, still feel the connection with Sekhmet because she's like the stronger force, and then Bast is the more gentle, more feminine, flowy kind of force. And that's how she
Yep.
first came to me. I saw a big moon, the pyramid, and I saw a woman dancing, very feminine. That's how she first appeared to me. And I thought it was Isis at first, and then she said, no, it's Bast. So yeah, that's
That
interesting.
that is awesome. Yep. And Melanie's like, of course she's the moon. Yep. And I'm not surprised, Melanie, that she's like kind of knocking on your door a little bit there. Just kind of knocking on your window. Rap, rap, rap. And you've even told me yourself, your daughter, your youngest, has a lot of Egyptian, right? She has a lot of connections to Egypt. So kind of makes sense. You're her mom and she's the goddess of motherhood. So yeah, I could see that. I could see the connection.
And I just want to say that just because she's connecting doesn't mean she's asking you to be a priestess of her or that you need to connect to
Right.
her every day or every month. It just means that she wants her um, appearance to be known. She wants you to be confident that she is in your life and that there is some connection with something. What is it, Aislinn? What?
Melanie's comment. I'm sorry.
What?
Melanie Melanie just put, oh no,
I
the
see.
Morrigan would smite her. Oh my god, yeah. The
No,
battle
I
of the
don't think so. I
the
mean,
battle
they're
of the
both
goddesses.
protection and they're both warlike. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's hilarious. The battle of the goddesses.
that's so
And
funny.
remember, Bast is a cat, represents the cat, and cats are very coy and playful. So if she's coming to you, it's because she wants to connect, she wants to play or connect with you in some way. But she doesn't always come out, is what I was also getting, and during my research, she doesn't come to just anybody. She comes to you for a reason. There's always a reason why. So just remember that.
So I have a little bass story I want to share real quick. Um, so these are kind of like the interesting things that happen that is like you wonder like what's the reason, and sometimes you can't come up with a reason, but there's a reason, right? There's a reason for everything. So I felt I felt one time, this was last year, I felt inclined to order a statue of Bast and one of Isis. So I found this store that sells products from Egypt, and I had an Isis statue and a Bast statue sent to me. The Bast statue was beautiful. It's a big statue. And I bought it, and for some reason, I started trying to connect to Bast. And at that moment, I just couldn't connect. Like there was something. I couldn't really put my finger on it. Fascinating goddess, and I just really liked her. Like I really liked her energy, but for some reason, maybe it's because I was overwhelmed or I was connecting to too many goddesses and I had too many altars. I can't really tell you like a solid reason, but I felt like that statue was not meant for me. So I turned to my bestie here and I'm like, Lumira, help me out. Let me fix. Yeah, right. Melanie's like, too many goddesses, you know. Yeah, and I've got way too many. Yeah, pretty much. I'm like a goddess collector, which kind of sounds a little weird. But anyway, I turned to Lumira and I'm like, help me out here. Help me figure this out. I get the feeling that the statue is not meant for me. Can we do a reading and find out if I am on point or what's going on? So, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, wait till you see the other stuff I've accrued. But anyway, yeah, which Rick is like, if you buy one more statue, just one more statue, you're gonna live in the backyard. But anyway, um, so I asked Lumira, let's investigate why I'm getting this feeling. So we start digging, and it turns out that I'm meant to give this statue to somebody. So the first person that came to my mind is, I'll give it to Jaslyn, because Jaslyn also loves Bast. And Jaslyn always tells me that she connects to Bast before any full moon, or at least I know she did last year. So I was like, let's give it to Jaslyn. So we did a reading, and yes, in fact, it was meant for Jaslyn. I give Lumira my beautiful statue of Bast. So I thought to myself, okay, Bast wants nothing to do with me. I get it. I understand. It's okay. She'll come to me when she needs me to connect to her, and that's totally okay. So then one day, Rick is helping me clear out some stuff in our little den. He's putting away some books, and we find these collectibles that my aunt, who passed away 4 years ago, had left behind. She's got like all these little knickknacks and little statues and little stuff from all over the place. And he shows me this black cat, and he's like, this looks Egyptian. When he showed me the statue, it was Bast. A small statue of Bast that my aunt had. Mind you, my aunt knew nothing, and I do mean nothing, about Egyptian gods and goddesses. Like, look at, oh yeah, this is the statue. The one Lumira is holding, that's the statue I gave her. That's came directly from Egypt.
But
So
the thing
yeah,
is that the one you got from your aunt is exactly like this, just
it's
not
the same exact statue.
the
It's
same
just,
one.
it's the same one, exactly the same, it's just small. That's it. But it's the same exact statue. So mind you, what does that mean? I have no idea. It's sitting on my altar right next to Hathor and Isis. And I have yet to figure out what she wants to do with me, how she wants to work with me, if she does. But obviously, she wants to be in my life, because what are the chances that my aunt, who knows nothing about Egyptian goddesses, would have a statue of Bast in our den?
I see a cat in your future.
Yeah, it's funny because Rick wants a cat in the future.
Claudia believes that too. See?
Oh, Kimberly says that can you show the statue again, Lumira?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, but you gotta show yours so they could see how alike they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it in a minute because it's in the room and the door is locked.
Oh,
I don't have access to it at the moment, but I'll go get it. Is
you're
that
kitty kitty.
beautiful or what? That's a beautiful statue.
And
Like
the
that
thing
is a
is that
beautiful
this is
statue.
supposed to be for Jaslyn, and I've been keeping it for her, but because she's traveling, she's being mine now, or at least temporarily.
Yeah, Lumira, you know what? I'm gonna call you the statue babysitter. Cause because you're like babysitting that one. You're gonna babysit the one I'm gonna give you of Hecate. Like, you're like the statue baby babysitter. If there was such a thing, the goddess babysitter. That's
Foster mom. The foster mom.
foster mom to the goddesses,
The keeper.
keeper of the goddesses. I love it. Goddess keeper.
I'm already the dragon keeper. I
Yeah, you're gonna be the goddess keeper too, because you have quite a collection going on.
I like Goddess Keeper. That works better than babysitter.
Right? Yeah, I think goddess keeper. You're right. That sounds better. But yeah, ladies, so that's my story of Bast. And what that means, I don't know yet, but I will find out. I don't know yet. But like it's true what Ali says. She doesn't come to you um she comes to you for a reason. It's she's not a goddess that appears to a ton of people, but when she does, it's because she wants to work with you for some reason. It's significant. So she's in my life, not really sure what she wants to do, but she's on my altar, and I get to honor her and figure it out. So anyway, that's my little Bast story. So I think that we should conclude our circle with a meditation to meet Bast. What do you think? Would you ladies like to have a little meditation to connect? That would be nice. Okay, so get comfortable. And if you want to turn off your camera, you can, or you could leave it on, whatever makes you feel comfortable so that you could relax and connect. So I like you to take a deep breath. And I want to make sure that, okay. And make sure I have enough. Okay, good. I'm checking. All right. Oops. What happened? My phone. Okay, sorry, ladies, bear with me. My phone is having a day. All right. So I'd like you all to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Deep breath in. And take a deep breath and then breathe out. And I'd like you to take another deep cleansing breath. Now I'd like you to visualize yourselves standing in the desert. It's nighttime and there's a beautiful full moon. I'd like you to visualize yourself standing in the desert, the light of the full moon. I'd like you to take a deep breath and enjoy standing in the desert. If anybody has their voice on, I'd like you to mute it just so that you won't hear any noise. Thank you. All right, so everybody take a deep breath. Visualize yourself in the desert, standing on the sands. The moon is full and bright, and you feel a gentle air, slight gentle air flowing, very, very gentle. It's not too cold and it's not too hot. It's a nice, comfortable temperature. And you are in the desert. And as you continue your journey, you start to walk in the sand. And you notice that in the distance, there is a pyramid. Now, it's not the regular pyramids that we've always seen. This is a different pyramid. Unusual, stands out, and you're curious, very curious, to explore this pyramid. As it calls you, you start to walk toward the pyramid, and as you get closer and closer, I'd like you to take a deep breath and smell the beautiful fragrance of myrrh, frankincense, and sandalwood. Smell the fragrance that is slowly coming out of the entrance of this very interesting pyramid in the middle of the desert. As you walk closer, you notice that there is an opening in the pyramid and you are able to step inside. I'd like you to visualize yourself stepping inside this pyramid. And as you walk in, you notice that there are torches on sconces in the wall that are lit. The entire pyramid is lit. Once again, you smell the beautiful fragrance in the air. As you continue to walk further into the pyramid, I want you to look at the walls and notice that there are hieroglyphics and artwork that is carved into the walls. They're beautiful, they're ancient, and fascinating as you look around and notice that it is on every wall inside this pyramid. As you walk a little further, you hear what sounds like a cat meowing. You hear a distinctive meow, a soft purr that you could hear. And as you walk toward the sound, you hear a cat meowing even louder. You look down and you notice that there's a beautiful black cat with big, beautiful green eyes as they smile. The eyes are smiling at you, it seems. You could almost see them smile. They glitter, they glow. And you look at the cat looks at you. The cat begins to rub against you, rub against your legs. You bend down and you begin to pet the cat. And as you pet the cat meows and purrs and gives you all this love, all this attention. You feel like you are being infused with love from this cat, and your only wish is to take it home with you. The cat continues to purr, and then you hear another sound, and the sound almost sounds like a bell tingling in the background. The cat begins to move away and slowly walks away from you. And in walks a beautiful woman with black hair. She is dressed in a style that looks like she came from ancient Egypt. She is wearing a headdress. She has what looks like cat ears, but she looks very feminine, very beautiful, very much a woman. She slowly walks toward you. Instantly you realize that this is Bast. She has a glow to her. Very strong energy, very playful energy. She is wearing an outfit that is turquoise and black, dressed with an ancient dress, something you would expect Cleopatra to wear, but on the goddess, it is even more graceful. She smiles and says, I would like to grant you a wish. I would like to give you a gift. Tell me what you wish from me. Today is my special day. Let me know what you would like to manifest in your life. What would you like to have? She gives you an opportunity to speak. Go ahead and take this opportunity and speak to the goddess and tell her what you wish, what you desire, what you want to bring into your life. The goddess smiles and says, your wish will manifest if you have the faith to see it through. She goes ahead and gives you a message, a healing message, to help you integrate the experience with her, and so that you know that you are never alone, that you are loved. She hands you a gift, a spiritual gift, and says, place this gift near your heart and think of it often. When you think of me, think of the gift I have just given you, so that you can connect to my energy whenever you like. She places her hands on your head and infuses your crown chakra with her beautiful energy. You feel the energy of the goddess going through your crown chakra, down your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your womb space, your root, your knees, and finally down to your feet and into the earth. You feel that beautiful, delicious energy that has just coursed through you as you take one last look at the goddess before she slowly says goodbye and begins to disappear slowly and gracefully. You are now standing alone in the pyramid with the gift she gave you, with her message. Take a deep breath. You continue to smell the fragrance of sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh. As you slowly go ahead and retrace your steps, walk back through the pyramid until you are standing outside the pyramid, back into the sand, back into this desert. As you look up and you take one last look at this beautiful full moon, you close your eyes and you open them, and you are back at your chair, back in your room. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes. If you'd like to take a moment, you could write down if there's a message you want to write, you can do that. All right, ladies, if you had a chance to integrate what you got and write it down, if you want to share, you can share. Anybody have an amazing experience? Were you able to see the goddess? Were you able to connect? Mama Deborah, you want to share?
Yes, thank you. When we went to the desert, a favorite place of my childhood, living many places. It's now about 7, 8 hours west of me, and it's White Sands National Park near Alamogordo, New Mexico. We went this last summer. Hubby took me, and when you stand in a desert and you're not in the city, the stars, we don't see the stars anymore. We don't see them unless you go out in the middle of no place, and then 10 more miles past there, you get to see the stars. So with the full moon that I saw, it was like it was right here and I could feel it. And the stars around it, you could almost hear them glistening. I recently had someone read cards for me, and I saw 3 triangles stacked above each other of a glowing kind of gold thing. So when you said pyramid, I saw gold and like a dark red came to me. Then I saw symbols that I'm going to look this up. I'm going to drop with my finger, but it was like this, like, I don't know, like little hills. I'm gonna look up what symbols mean. And then above it, I saw 2 lines of more pointed. Does that make sense? I'll show you the picture. And then see those guys? Can you see it? This part, the little whoop 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 and the triangly stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
see. Oh, yeah.
See
Okay.
that was the vision on the walls.
Water and
then
mountain.
probably,
Interesting.
yeah. And the goddess, I saw the kitty and I was reaching down and I was petting the kitty. I don't have one with me, but I have several that are still with me. Absolutely. And her gift to me was a scroll. She gave me a scroll. And when I opened it, it was better than I drew it, but it was too beautiful. Like if I could paint or draw them perfect, like your perfect vision, everybody's vision will be of 2 beautiful cat-shaped green eyes with the pupil like this, like a kitty cat. And in the middle of them, almost like your third eye chakra was a diamond. And that was my gift to her, from her. That was on a scroll. So it was almost like she gave me not a thing, if you will, an item, or she gave me some of her, like she wrote the note of the ancient times, and they're like, as we see in the Egyptians, they write with the hieroglyphics. Their language was completely different. Just because we write English or Spanish or Italian or whatever, it's way different. We're thinking outside the box. So that was my experience, and it was extremely moving, especially that she had me start from a beautiful place that I have very fond memory of. Thank you.
You're welcome. Wow, that sounds amazing. Wow. And Melanie, you got a scroll as well?
I did.
Wow.
But it didn't have anything on it. It was blank. Yeah, because I opened it and it was blank. And basically,
You know why, right?
She
Right.
graduated ML.
No, she gets to write her own stuff.
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, basically the message was, you know what to do. I'm like, that doesn't tell me anything. I was like, no, I don't, because I'm like, I'm going through so much crap right now. And it, so I'll go next. So it was really cool because the pyramid was like silver. It was bathed in the moonlight, like it was silver. And when I walked into it, the top, like it wasn't complete on the top. It was the moonlight was coming in through the top. And it was so vivid, and the walls were silver, but they were still like a sandstone. And there were hieroglyphics, and there was like a tomb in the middle. And the cat looked like a small version of Merlin, but so for anybody who doesn't know, my cat's name's Merlin. So it looked like a small version of Merlin, but totally black instead of a tuxedo cat. Like he had the same kind of like face structure.
Wow.
And when we were doing when she was like blessing us, she kissed my forehead, and that was what opened my third eye up, because she's been a little blocked lately. So it's like I said, I've been dealing with some things. And she handed me the scroll and told me that I would know what to do, and that basically like, you got this. That's like the point form version. And just like was like, okay, bye. And I'm like, what the hell? This gave me no answer. This just gave me more questions.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was very vivid. Like it was very vivid, which is nice, because that's I've been lacking that very much lately. So that was, yeah, much needed. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
But yeah,
welcome. Wow. That sounds amazing.
that's what I got.
Wow. Sounds like an amazing experience. Wow. And how about you, Kim? You got a mushroom? Want to tell us about that? I don't know if Kim's still with us. All right, we'll go back to Kim. How about you, Connie? She gave you an oil?
She gave me
I'm
an
here.
oil to anoint, and
Nice.
it smelled like sandalwood and
Oh,
myrrh and frankincense.
that is awesome. Did she tell you to anoint yourself or use it for other people? What was her message?
It's for both.
It's
It's
for
for
both.
both.
Honest, that's awesome.
And then
Awesome.
I felt the urge to draw a card, and my fairy deck is right here. And I got Stand Your Ground, and it's all in blues.
Oh, wow. Nice. That is awesome.
Which to me is like a
That's,
reminder of what we all are standing for, as helping everyone grow and heal the earth and heal relationships and stand our ground. Remember what we're doing. Don't stop.
that is awesome. That's awesome. It's an awesome message.
I thought
Thank
so
you,
too.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you, Connie.
Before we go on, I am going to tell you what I felt that I needed to pull a card for Melanie because
Yeah,
she said
I
that
just was replying.
she had all
Yeah, let
these
me see.
questions, right? So I pulled a card,
Please.
and this is what I got: the Black Madonna,
Oh, that's interesting.
and it says Our Lady of the Hermits.
Well, that's wildly appropriate.
And then it says, I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love.
Hence the pink.
Yep.
That's interesting. Wow, Mel.
Queen of the Hermits. Yeah, that sounds right.
Our Lady of the Hermits. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you
I'll take
again.
it.
Take a look.
That is, wow. Very interesting.
What'd you get? A change in the wind. Is that for you, Mama Deborah?
Deborah, I crap you
For
not.
you.
That's
For
the
you.
deck that I'm doing the course on. Wisdom of the Oracle. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
the one. So
Bye, Connie.
the one that I whoop,
Yeah.
that's like that's the one.
Oh,
Really
wow.
funny.
Yeah. So change in the wind is what just fell out the deck.
That is awesome.
I need that. I need some,
Yeah.
some change in my wind. Please.
Oh my God, that's very interesting. Wow.
And your change will have something to do with fun, joy, and play, childlike wonder.
Oh my God. Okay,
Wow.
all right. I hear you. I hear
That's
you. I
pretty
hear
awesome.
you.
That's pretty awesome.
Stop being so uptight. Got it.
Relax, chica. Let's meet and you talk another time real soon, Mel. Reach
Yeah,
out
I
when
know.
you're free. Because I do nothing but have fun with grandbabies, my little 2 medicine girls. So reach out to me, sister.
Yeah, for sure.
So what she told me
What did
was
she tell you, Al?
just said, have patience, everything is as it should be. And she gave me a small black cat statue.
Oh, okay. Maybe is it similar to the one I have, Al?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So she wants you to carry her with you.
Is for Allie.
Was
Oh,
that
who's that?
Ooh.
Diana.
okay?
Diana?
It
Oh,
says, Queen of the wilderness, the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Means you get to be in the wilderness, in the natural world where the frequency of love is. That's for Ali.
so Ali, maybe that means you need to ground yourself, go outside or do something like
Wow.
that.
Whose is that
What
for, Deborah?
is that for Ali? Oh, let me see it again. What
Says
is it?
Says why?
Oh, why?
Like your kid, why? You want to hear about what why means?
Yeah, yeah. Let us know.
Let's see. You guys chat. I'll find her.
I think another form of Artemis is, or another form of Diana is Artemis.
It is.
Mm.
That might be-
Artemis is her Greek version, and Diana
Yeah.
is the Latin, the Roman.
Also lunar, also
Also
feminine.
lunar. Yes, also feminine and lunar. That is true. Yes, goddess of the moon. Yep,
Ooh. Ready?
go for it.
Yeah. Why? Essential meanings, motives, driving intention. The power of knowing the why. I love to know the why. The oracle's message. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you are asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. My husband's having a sneezing fit. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. Da-da bang. There's more. Relationship message. Would like to hear that, Alan? We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say that? Spend some time in introspection. The answers may be surprising. Listen to the message from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why?
Okay. Thank you. I mean, I've been following my intuition. I've been following my heart, and then it got slapped in my face. Yeah, kind of like Mel. Yeah, so it's, I just don't understand why. Yeah. So,
Thank you, Deborah.
thank you.
So we need to explore that and figure out why. So why is always a good question, right? It's a difficult question. Why? Why do things happen or not happen? And Kim, I'm sorry, you were going to tell us about a mushroom? I'm curious about this mushroom. Were you eating it or what was happening?
No, well, I was, my brain was a little wandery, and the thing that I asked for, I didn't use these words, but this was my intention. I basically asked for like to be like exploded with love. Like so something that's come up for me so many times in the last couple years is like when I think about all the things I'm asking for, and like or even like I have an Akashic record reading, and like my last question is like, oh, and what about love, or like what about partnership, or like, it's always like the last thing on the list. And this time it was like the only thing, and I asked for like sacred partnership, and I asked for like my heart to just be like exploded with love, and like, and I knew that I meant, even if that means I fall to pieces, like, because that's the place I've been scared to go, right? Like, and so that's what I asked for. So then I don't remember if the mushroom was before or after that, but I was sort of like thinking about, I met somebody at the festival I was at this weekend, and he goes by Maiko around mushrooms. And I don't think that he's like the person, but I think it's just, I don't know, that was the only thing I can think of that has to do with mushroom. And I didn't, because kind of right after you said to keep it close to your heart. So I imagined the mushroom like going on like a little shelf, like right next to my heart. And that's all I got. And oh, and when she put her hands on my crown, like I felt it coming through. And I had pain in my womb on the right side, which if anybody's in the Florida chat, I had asked for some body work when I got home from the festival, because I was having a lot of pain from like camping and dancing my face off and all the stuff, and Trish offered. And so I had like a huge release with Trish, and I had this deep pain, like, and the spot that I felt the pain during the meditation was the same spot that Trish was working on. And I asked her, like, go deeper. Can you go even more deeper? And yeah, and it was the same spot, like, so I had this like wild light language experience during this massage from Trish, where at one point I was like guttural, like chanting, and it sounded very indigenous, and it was releasing. And then when I flipped over on my back and I was facing the ceiling, and she was working on my front and working in that womb spot, it came out like the same type of language, very indigenous sounding, but it was like a melody. And it was like soft and melodic. And this, I have never had vocal light language before. Like I have fingers and I have toes. In fact, my toes are like right now that I'm talking about it. But I had
Yeah, it was like I was, and when you get that like observer thing of like what is actually coming out of my face right now? I don't even know. And it was long and it didn't stop and it just kept going. It was like very wild. And anyway, so that's what I'm connecting right now is like the space that was I was feeling pain in my womb space on that side is the same spot that I asked Trish to like dig into and that song came out. So that's what I
Wow.
have to share right now.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a lot, Kim. That's amazing. Wow. Very cool. Wow. Okay. So what do you pick up from Bass? Do you think she was helping to heal? Like did you feel healing energy coming from her when she put her hands on you? Like is that the
Yeah, it was like potent. Like I felt it in my shoulders and I felt it like spreading in my chest and like down, like dripping down, um like dripping down through my body on the inside,
wow,
like pouring.
Like
But
honey?
but very gentle. Yeah, kind of like honey.
like
Yeah.
honey?
Yeah, like a slow, gentle, like
Wow. Very cool. Very interesting.
mhm.
Yeah, that would be something the goddess would do. Pour what feels like honey. Yeah, interesting. Thanks for sharing, Kim. That's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lumira, did you have an experience?
Yeah, after I snoozed for a little bit, because I always snooze. And I really believe that at first I used to laugh. Like I every time I go to a meditation, I fall asleep. And now I know that I fall asleep because some work is being done in me. Because I really try to stay awake, you know? But I did wake up in the part where you said that the goddess was going to give us something, and I asked her for harmony in my life. um okay, Kim, I'll give you a card. um I asked her for harmony because my life right now has been turned upside down with my mom sick, and I've had to reschedule my whole life. I can't pretty much do anything outside of my house. I bring in the deliveries now. Like everything's delivered because I have to be next to her. I put her to bed before I came to this because if she's awake, I have to be right next to her. So it's really been tough. I've had to reschedule my daughter, where before I used to take her to school, I've had to pay for a bus to pick her up in the morning and wake her up an hour and a half earlier in order for that to happen so that I could be with my mom. So it's crazy, right? It's like a whole adaptation, a whole new routine. And so I asked her, could I have harmony in my life? And what I got is not only will I have harmony, but I'm gonna have some joy too. So yes, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. And I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I so need that joy.
That's
So yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So harmony and joy coming up.
Yep.
So you wake up at the right time, like right when the goddess is about to disappear because she's seeing that you're asleep, and then you're like, wait, I'm awake, I'm here, I'm here. Oh, okay. So here
I
comes
really
the
believe that I fall asleep because of something that's outside of my understanding. Because I don't need to fall asleep. Like, it's not like I'm tired.
That's
So
really interesting. You know what? Maybe you're because they say that there's a percentage of people in this world. Yeah, Melanie's
a
right.
trance.
Maybe a trance, right? Or there's a percentage of people in this world that when you hypnotize them or you do any kind of work with them, they go really deep. And then there's people that have a harder time. So you might be the kind that goes really deep.
I
And
go
that's,
deep, so deep. I
yeah,
can visualize things and all of a sudden I'm there. And that's why
yeah,
I can do remote viewing and other things
yeah.
because
So that's
it's so,
probably, yeah,
yeah.
that's
I'm
probably
gonna
why
pull
you
a
fall
card for
asleep.
Kim.
Oh, that's right. Pull a card for Kim. So obviously I don't have an experience, ladies, because I was the one doing the meditation.
The
You guys
mushroom
get to
king. The
you
mushroom.
guys get to enjoy all this, and I'll have to meditate on my own later and see what Bast wants to
I
tell
got
me.
one for Ali, Kim. And she got Diana. That she needs to be in the wilderness where the language of love is. That's what I got for Ali. What I'm understanding for Kim's mushroom is, I mean, Melanie put mushrooms symbolize recycling, absorption, and transformation. For me, I think that going into a journey, Kim, is going to support you in visualizing what's coming next and what you need to connect to. So, hey, I'm willing to go on that mushroom trip with you.
And Deborah's like, yeah, me too. Let's all do mushrooms now.
Oh my goodness. Wait, where are my glasses? Kim.
Ceremonies are a very beautiful and sacred space.
Okay. All right. So
Melanie's like, a shroom trip? Why
Kim,
not? Girl.
I got Teresa of Avila. Now, Teresa of
Oh,
Avila, what it says here is Our
interesting.
Lady of the Interior Life. Interior life. It says, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So this is communicating to you that you get to trust your intuition. You get to trust your own answers, and you get to trust that love is real and it's coming and it's present. Our Lady of the Interior Life, look within, look within, look within. You've got the answers.
She was a mystic, so very much connected to the mystical world, very much about going within. Melanie's like, Avalon? Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. Trip to Avalon? Oh my God.
I
We're
heard
super.
Avila, and all of a sudden my brain was like, Avalon.
We will we'll be going on a trip. It's gonna
Oh, yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah. Avila is a small town in Spain where she was from, and she was a nun in the 1500s, and she was a rebel nun. And what I mean by a rebel nun is that she was very much a mystic and very much outside the norm. So let me put it to you this way: the Catholic Church at some point was wanted to have her arrested and burned at the stake, and she pretty much got out of it by her chinny chin chin, because it was like touch and go because of the things that she would write about. And you ever heard of the Flying Nun? That was like I think a movie in the 60s or something like that, where you've heard that expression about the flying nun. That came from her. She used to float and
It was a
and
TV
levitate.
series with Sally Fields.
Oh, it was a TV series. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Well, I heard it was inspired by her because she was famous for that. She used to levitate. She would literally be in the kitchen and she would just float up in the air, and the nuns would all freak out and be like, what the heck is going on? And this is one of the reasons why she ended up with a bad rap at first. But because of her writings, then later she became like a big deal. Like her book, she has a book called The Interior Castle that was published in, like, I want to say close to the 16th century. And the book is a classic, and it's basically about looking within. It's all about like going into your soul and checking in with yourself. And basically it's like you are your own guru. You are, the answers of life are within you. And that was the gist of her book. It was like she compared the soul to a mansion with many rooms and many doors. And it was a matter of going in through each mansion, I mean, each door and each room in the mansion in order to discover your innermost thoughts and your innermost guidance. So that's what she was famous for. So Kim, I think that's a message for you to once again to look within, and love will come your way, and it's all a matter of looking within. So yeah, is there anybody else that wants a card?
I got a card for Deborah because I didn't want her to feel like, left out.
Yes, and if you
So
can pull a card for me later,
I
I'd be
already did.
curious.
I'll
Oh,
show you.
of course you
This
did.
is Deborah Lilith.
Oh, you got
Says,
Lilith.
the first
Interesting.
woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live.
Wow.
I am the voice of my body and soul. I
Heck
choose the
yeah.
life that I desire to live.
Heck
So
yeah.
you, right? I'm trying to look for your card because I put it to
That's pretty interesting, Deborah, because I see you as that kind of person. Like you
yeah.
set your own rules. You walk to the beat of your own drum. Always seen you. You're very much an individual, like in every sense of the word. So that's awesome. Yep,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I wanted to get one for Claudia also, but she left, but I'm still going to do it and I'm going to send it to her. I'm trying to find your card, Kim, because I put it in back in here so I could send it to you. Okay, so I'll do it afterwards because we have to close, right? We have to close the circle. Are we ready to close the circle?
Did you have my card?
Do you want me to share your card?
Yeah, sure. Watch it be horrible. She's like, do you really want me to share it? Like, are you sure?
Yesha Sogyal,
Oh,
Lady
yeah,
of the
she's
Lotus.
Sogo.
Okay.
Interesting.
Lady of the Lotus born. Embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment.
Wow. And ladies, just so you know, Yeshi Sogo is the spirit guide of my mentor and my teacher.
And mine.
She named herself Yeshi, that's her name, because of Yeshi Sogo. That's her spiritual name. So interesting that I would get that card of all the cards. So what else does it say? Does it say anything else?
I mean, I have a guidebook. If you want me to send you guys everything it says, I will do that. Yeah. Rather than read it.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I'm sorry. But it's
I'm going to
interesting that I get that card. Interesting.
Kim, I'm gonna send it to you on
Sorry, ladies.
what's this called? Signal. Okay, so we're going to close.
Yes, let's go ahead and close.
Okay, sent. In the center, I ask, Goddess Bast, O lovely one of joy and harmony, of love and protection. I ask you to stay if you wish, go if you must, and thank you for being here with us today and connecting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the north, I ask Earth, the element of Earth. I want to thank you for sending you our ancestors, ancestresses, to guide us in this circle. And you make a aho. In the west, Water, thank you for all the communication that came through today, for all the knowledge that you brought in. Thank you. Aho, you may go or you may stay. For the South, fire, thank you for coming and bringing the passion, the desire, and the protection to the circle. We thank you for coming. You may stay or you may go. Aho. And now in the East, thank you, air, for the breath that we breathe every day, the oxygen, the air. Thank you for being our life force. Thank you for being in our circle. You may stay or you may go. Aho. Aho. And now our circle is closed and our candles can be blown out and Bast can stay with us so if she wishes or she may go. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, ladies, for making this so special and so awesome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so much.
the
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Thank you. Oh, you just felt a hand? Wow. That's
Oh.
pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.